Well, hello, it's Dave here, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm taking a look at a product that everybody seems to have an interest in, because it doesn't matter where you go on Facebook, you'll hear people saying, what do I need to get internet in my van? Well, we're having a look at this one today, and this has come from ZTE again, and it is the ZTE U50, which is, as it says on the box, 5G Mobile Wi-Fi. And this is a very, very simple unit. Let me just run through quickly what it looks like and how it works, and then we'll go from there. It comes in a small box, as you can see, and it's fairly unassuming, it has to be said. The rest of the box has got the usual bump in it, you know. The quick start guide, which is a quick start guide. That doesn't come with it. That's the SIM card, and I'll show you where that goes. And a lead and what do you call it? QR code to get to the quick start guide. That's it. That's the sum total of what is in the box. Now, when you get it, obviously it'll come without a SIM card. I decided to use Scancom, and I got one of their EE Unlimited SIMs that runs up until, I think this one is January 2026. No, it might be July 2026. It's a long way away anyway. No, yes. So I got it at the right time, which meant that I've got unlimited for 12 quid a month, prepaid. You've got to buy it up front, and I shall leave a link to that in the blurb down below, as you do. Anyway, let's have a look at this thing, shall we? And as you can see, it's very, very simple. You've got the display along there, which has battery, Wi-Fi, your cellular signal, and not much else. On the top here, you have got the on-off switch and the WPS button. On the bottom, and this is quite important, if you've already got an aerial setup on your van, and many do, then you have twin external aerial ports at the bottom. Now, that's useful, or it might not be. Time will tell. We don't have an external aerial on the van at the minute. That might change. It's unlikely for various reasons that I'm sure you already know about. And that's about the size of it. Now, when you get it, it'll come looking very much like this, and you'll see at one corner there's a little fingernail hole, so you can, if you've got fingernails, which I haven't, there we go, take it off, and the battery comes separately. So looking into it, I'll put my finger over there because that's the details for getting in. This is where your SIM card goes, just slots in, and it is the nano SIM. The battery then slots in the right way around. So how do you switch it on and off and stuff like that? Well, with the battery in, dead simple. Hold the on-off button down for a couple of seconds. The lights will light up, and then you wait. And what you are wanting to see is that the cellular bit comes up, because it finds the cellular bit first, and then the Wi-Fi sets itself away. It's one of these two. I think that's the cellular, that's the Wi-Fi. There's the cellular's just come up, and the Wi-Fi should now be sorting itself out. There's the cellular, as you can see, it's properly lit. So the Wi-Fi, now that it's found cellular, will set itself away. And the Wi-Fi is now up. All three lights is lit, and that's it. It's now working. So the wait is a couple of minutes. It's not instant. It takes a little bit of time. But there you go. Now, will it run without the battery in? So here we have it, sans batterie. So I shall plug it into power, because that's what you do, and then hold the button down for the required 2 seconds, and the white light's lit up, and we wait, and we wait and we wait. It'll find cellular first, that's these ones, and it's found it. Now that's flashing, the red light's flashing, and the Wi-Fi will come up, and there we are, all the lights go out. But if I press the on off button quickly, tink, you can see we've got the Wi-Fi, the cellular, and the fact that it's running without the battery in. So yes, it will run without the battery, it'll run with the battery, and everything's good. Now the question I need answered is, can I shove the battery in while it's running? And what will happen if I do that? Battery's in, and as you can see, I would probably have to start again. Yeah, so no, you can't hot swap between the two. It's one way or the other. Right. Now, I've just gone through a tottering time. When we're doing these videos, you know, you change shots quite a lot. And I've gone through a bit of a tottering time with this, and I'll tell you for why. It's up and running now, but if you look here, none of the lights is lit. And yet the unit is working. It's actually working, and I can show that it's working because you can see it here on my iPad. I'm connected to it, and in fact, and as you'll be able to see, he said trying to match them up, it's running. I've got and I'm in a Faraday cage in this van, by the way, so I've got 30.91 down. It's not 5G, in fact it's probably 3G, 4G maybe, yeah, even though this thing does do 5G. Upload speed is pants, it has to be said, but that's via EE. I've put EE in there, so it is running very nicely, but if you look at it, you've got no way of knowing, which is, I think, a bit of a shame. I find this screen, the information that's on it, to be less than useful. My feeling is, what I want to do with it is just switch it on, and when those white lights come on, that tells you that you're switching it on, and then leave it connected up and charging and running all the time, so it never switches off, and just put it up in the front of the van, because I find that the display doesn't tell me enough. You can use the ZTE app to configure it, and you should. You can also get into it with its web interface and configure it that way. Again, you'd be better off with the app. All you need to do is start it up, use the IDs and passwords that come in the quick start guide. It's pretty standard, and it's printed in the back. Again, I'm not going to show you them because I'm still using them. So under here you've got all the information you need. There's QR codes for all kinds of stuff as well. Use the app to configure it. It's the easiest way, and then once it's running as it is now, there's no lights on. And let me just check. I'll put the iPad down here. Yep, it's up and running, as you can see here. Oh no, it's gone again. Why? Yep, we've gone to, it's picked it up, the ZTE, you can see it's there. So it's running. There's no lights on, and there's nothing to let you know it's running, and that's difficult for me. If you just quickly press the on off switch, then the lights light up to tell you what's going on, so you can see. But I must admit, I would like a little light somewhere on all the time, so that I know what's going on. Now I might have this wrong, but there you can see the lights have gone out again. So it's a quick press of that. The WPS button works exactly the way as you would expect a WPS button to work. So that if you've got devices that can use WPS to get connected, then you don't need IDs and passwords. You can just press the WPS button. What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, I've told you what I don't like about it. I would prefer a better screen. I would prefer something that tells you what's going on more readily and a light to let you know it's working. I love the idea that we've got these external aerial points. Quite often they don't make much of a difference, but if you've got one of these point-to-point type things that you can, you know, maneuver around to pick up masts wherever you might be, then that's a good idea. And the fact that it'll take external aerials is always good. And that means that people that have got inbuilt systems that are looking to move to a 5G router, if they've already got a 5G capable aerial on the top, you can just plug it in. You might need adapters, but it's there. And price-wise, I will put the current price on screen down here now, and I'll use Amazon for that, because I know they're available on Amazon. But these are low-cost pieces of kit. When you're talking in terms of £700 and £800 for some 5G mobile routers, this one's around about the 150. As I say, the actual price will be down here. It's very competitive, and if you can manage without the lights coming on, which may be an advantage if you don't want to be disturbed by lights, then, you know, it's worth a look. Now, we'll be using this as we're around and about the place, and I'll keep reporting back as to how it's doing. It's neat, it's small, fits in your hand. You can, should you so desire, if you are running it off its batteries, you can just take it with you and use it wherever you go. Handy to have, very handy to have. Right, look, that's it for now. It's a start, it's an overview. It's not a particularly good overview, but it's to let you know that these things exist. I will say, by the way, that ZTE sent this to me for purposes of me having a look at it. Purely and simply because so many people have viewed the other two ZTE products that I've looked at. They wanted me to have a look at this one, and I'm happy so to do, because thus far none of the ZTE product has let me down, and I don't expect this to be any different. I'm just going to have to find a new way of using it. That's about the bottom line. Right, that's it for now. We'll catch up with you later on the next one, but until we do, enjoy the roads, enjoy the skies, but most of all, enjoy your lives, because life rocks when your living room rolls and the lights on your router come up. Ha ha, ding.